Pretty Blue Eyes. Once upon a time, in a place far away, in the past that occurred spontaneously, a naive boy fell in love with a girl he wasn't supposed to. The boy had a name. It was Peter. Peter was calmly waiting for his bus to arrive at a bus stop, a dirty and almost forsaken bus stop. He spent a long day in school, and all he wanted to do was to go home, but he ended up doing something different. This enigmatic change of his routine was caused by what seemed like random intervention. Someone sat next to Peter, someone with a different life, different point of view, and different look. This someone was a gorgeous brunette girl with ocean blue eyes, and she had everything that a man like Peter wanted. You see, Peter wasn't the best looking man at his school. He was overweight, his face was covered in acne, and he had no motivation to do anything, especially the confidence to talk to this girl. But shockingly, she started talking to him. "Hello there. Are you waiting for the same bus as I am?" she asked, looking at him with friendly, inviting eyes. "I guess so. Why do you ask?" asked Peter, surprised that she would even look at him, although he was trying his best not to show that he did not expect it. "Oh, I'm kind of lonely, Peter," she said, and she giggled after that sentence. Peter was beyond surprised at this point. She knew his name, and he had never seen her before. Peter was looking at her with his wide, glowing eyes. At that exact second, he fell in love with her, although he didn't even get to know her first. "I'm Amelia, by the way," she giggled again. "I asked around for your name, and it didn't take me long to find it out," she said. "Why were you interested in my name?" Peter asked, as his heart was pounding faster, giving him a feeling of anxiety mixed with euphoria. "Because you're cute," said Amelia while staring at Peter with a half smile in those pretty blue eyes. Pretty blue eyes, blue like the sky and the reflection of it in the ocean. She was beyond perfect, and way beyond anything that Peter was. "You think so?" Peter asked yet again, still putting in his best effort to maintain eye contact with her and not freak out. "Yes, Peter. Would you like to travel with me a little bit before you go home?" Amelia asked, knowing that Peter could refuse. "If you truly want that, then yes, I would," said Peter with a not-so-confident smile, but not unpleasant either. "So, what course are you in, Peter?" Amelia asked, wanting to know what he was studying for in school. "I'm in the programming course, IT technician. What course are you in, Amelia?" Peter asked, but his question was quickly interrupted by the bus they were supposed to enter. "Oh, there's the bus. We better get in, Peter," said Amelia while accidentally dodging Peter's question and forgetting about it later on. The potential couple was in the bus, sitting together. There wasn't much conversation going on between them. They were mainly looking around the bus or outside of the window. Of course, the silence had to break eventually, and the person to break it was Amelia. "So, why did you decide to become an IT technician?" Amelia asked, giving Peter her full attention for his response. "Well, I'm kind of fond of computers, obviously," Peter said, and Amelia laughed at his cheap joke. Their conversation was interrupted yet again, and this time, the interruption was beautiful. The bus was passing a tunnel, and this tunnel had colorful lights on the wall that were flashing the darkness away in the tunnel. The lights were quite pleasant. They made Peter lose himself in the moment and stare around to look at them. Peter shared his soda with Amelia, and she appreciated his unselfish will to share. After the bus exited the tunnel, their conversation continued. "That was so beautiful," said Amelia while looking at Peter with her beautiful glowing eyes. "Yes, it was. It was even more beautiful with your company," said Peter with a rather shy, nervous tone in his voice.
Thanks,
said Amelia while blushing completely red in her cheeks. After about 5 minutes, Peter was feeling unwell for some reason, and Amelia had told him that they were close to where the bus was going to drop her off.
Are you sure that you're going to be fine, Peter?
Asked Amelia, quite concerned for Peter. Yes, don't worry about it, said Peter, assuring her that he was fine.
You can come with me if you'd like. My mother is out of town, so she won't know about you staying over. I mean, nobody will,
said Amelia while giggling and offering Peter her help. What? You'd be fine with that? Peter asked, surprised by her actions once again.
Of course. Is it a little too forward for you?
Amelia asked while looking at Peter with slightly disappointed but also innocent eyes that you couldn't say no to. No, not at all. I'd be happy to come with you, said Peter with a genuine smile this time, and Amelia smiling back at him. They walked on together to Amelia's house, which was not too far away from the area they exited the bus. Peter was progressively getting worse, and he couldn't walk properly on the way to the house.
Peter, are you sure that you're okay?
Amelia asked while looking at him with really concerned eyes. Peter couldn't pass the opportunity to spend the night with a gorgeous girl like Amelia. Besides, he had made up his mind already. Yes, I'll be fine, Amelia, said Peter while trying his best not to faint.
Do you want me to call the paramedics?
Asked Amelia while looking at him with troubled, serious eyes. No, just get me to lay down and I'll get there, said Peter, refusing to ruin such a great evening and such a great chance to be with a gorgeous girl like Amelia. Peter obviously didn't want to ruin it, although he was prone to his state. Amelia was a kind, caring, and beautiful girl, and he felt like she was his only chance of ever finding true love. A love in which he was not a resource, and a love that was mutual. They got inside of her house, and Peter couldn't pay attention to how it looked like. The only thing he could recognize was how small her house was. She put him on the sofa, and it took him a few minutes to pass out.
Don't worry, Peter. I'll take care of you,
said Amelia with a gentle voice, a voice of an angel, which you would no doubt rely on. Peter fell asleep, and he had an intriguing dream. In the dream, he was coming back from work after a successful day of making a new program, and his house was huge and glorious. On the porch of the house, he could see Amelia waiting for him with a beautiful smile. The smile that he fell in love with, and the eyes worth more than anything else in the world. Peter put his arms around her, and he gently kissed her as his dream was slowly fading away.
You're quite happy today. How's work, love?
Amelia asked while looking at him with the same inviting eyes from when they met. It was quite alright, And then, all of a sudden, Peter woke up. It was dark, pitch dark where he was. He couldn't move, and he couldn't feel anything either. He felt completely numb, and he didn't know what was happening to him. At first, he thought that he was experiencing a sleep paralysis, but he figured out that that was not the case. The experience became even stranger after he had realized that he was laying on concrete. Hello? Amelia? Peter shouted, but nobody was there to hear him. Oh, what the hell is going on? Peter asked himself, and soon enough, he got his answer. The light got turned on, and Peter could see Amelia. She turned on the light that was exactly above Peter, and this time, she wasn't smiling at all. Amelia, what is this? Peter asked, quickly realizing that something wasn't right about the situation he was in.
Look down,
said Amelia with a cold stare. Peter lifted his head up, but barely. He looked down on himself, and he couldn't look away. He couldn't see his legs, and he couldn't lift them either, which made him panic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me help you take a better look at that,
said Amelia spontaneously. She lifted his bottom, and the sight of his legless body made Peter scream. She had amputated his legs completely, and he was getting closer to having a heart attack. He defecated himself because of the unbearable fear and shock he had experienced, and Amelia didn't make any sign of concern or any other emotion at all. Her face was expressionless, blank, and sinister looking.
What have you done?
Peter screamed, but screaming couldn't help him, and it most definitely didn't bother Amelia.
Don't worry, Peter. You won't suffer. And I'm sorry that I had to put you through false emotions. They're the easiest path to take when it comes to luring someone home,
said Amelia, still expressionless, breathing slowly and looking at him with her deceiving blue eyes.
Lure? You're
mumbled Peter while having a panic attack and realizing that he had nowhere to run.
You won't go to waste. You're going to be my dinner, and my mother's dinner when she comes home. She has no idea about this, and I can assure you, she never will. Nobody will ever know, Peter,
said Amelia, slowly turning her sharp stare into a half smile, which was enough to creep Peter out even more.
Please, let me go. Nobody will ever know, I swear.
Peter screamed and shouted, but it didn't do him any good.
Don't be afraid, Peter. I won't make you suffer. I never make my food suffer. Calm down. I can't continue while you're frightened,
said Amelia before grabbing a syringe from the table nearby and injecting whatever poison it contained into Peter's right arm. Slowly, Peter was falling asleep and calming down with Amelia caressing his cheek. He was drowning into his inevitable sleep, and when he did fall asleep, he never woke up again.